And we are going live. Let's see what'll happen today. Pause that. That's good. Let's go to over here. Cool. And we're ready. All right. So, how's it going? We're going to be playing some City Skylines today for a little while. And we'll see how far we can get with expanding the town and, of course, making some money here in our somewhat creative sandbox playthrough. I say somewhat because, you know, we do have financial worries, but hopefully those will be solved eventually. I'm gonna have to probably just forget about trying to use these assets, I feel. Because that arrow is going to be dictating heavily on the way people get over here to these tennis courts. Let's see if that worked. Trying to bump this a little closer to the street. See if that gets traffic to actually come in here. So this one, we'll copy this. Not much we can do here, except for maybe make a little bit of a footpath. Let's see if that works. I wonder if footpaths can work like that. So, footpath, just a little bit of a concrete one here. Just like that. Let's see. Come on. See if that does anything. No. It does not. In fact, this one's still broken too. Okay. Cool. Now I know these tennis courts can only go in a certain direction, or I had to place them and then move them. So let's try that scenario first before I give up on these. So I'm gonna place that there. I'm gonna use move it, rotate it 90 degrees, see if that goes away. It did not. What happens if I move this one over? Kind of like that, because it was originally placed correctly. That might be the fix. Let's try that too with the tennis court. Move that over there. And then copy it as well. Kind of like that, and copy this over to here. Gonna try and get rid of some of this texture and this green space. Get rid of some of those trees. Alright, I think that fixed the connection issue. We will have to wait and see though if that is the long-term solution. But overall, I think that'll work just fine. Okay. These homes, we need to adjust them a little bit from each other. Get them real nice and close. Because these should share a lot of their yard. And in doing so, I give us some extra room to fit in some other structures as well. Get some really tight knit suburbs going here. Yeah, I think that's something I need to work on is accepting the fact that a lot of these homes can be really close together. I tend to avoid that for whatever reason, but I think I need to do a better job at just allowing these to bump up next to each other, kind of like this. I will angle this one though to match the street a little bit better. That's fine. Now you can see just by doing this how much more room we have for homes. So we'll just probably move it here to grab a couple. And we'll have to kind of adjust them as we go as well. Like this one, how it has the manicured lawn, which can look good if it matched our base grass texture a little bit better. But since it doesn't, we will have to use prop it up and edit this one. Okay, just get rid of that. There we go. And I might be able to copy this and put it right here. Kind of like that. Okay. That block is a little bit more organized looking. Let's do the same, I think, to this one, now that they've been built. This is another thing, like with the mod set that we are using, I have to wait for things to be built before I can really make that final decision on placement. Give that one a little bit more of a front yard. We'll move this over and forward, kind of like that. This hedge, come really close to the corner there. Hey, our base, how's it going? A stream on a weekday? Well, I've been streaming every day for the most part. There, guy. It's just I wasn't feeling good this morning, like at all, so I didn't go to work. Let's copy this one. This one's a good one to copy. In fact, we'll angle it like this. There we go. You've been away most nights this week? Ah. Oh well, welcome to today's stream, where we hopefully add a lot more population to our town here. Hope we'll feel better soon. I feel much better now. So yeah, I think I'll be okay. I need to put some fencing along here. let's grab nodes. Segments. So I need to grab this. Control, I think. Shoot, how do I do this? There we go. You hold right click. Then it turns green, and then you can move it kind of anywhere you want. Let's grab the segment here. Just the fence segment. Thank you. Not too bad. I'm starting to take an FPS issue, I feel. Like, FPS is becoming a bit of a problem. Let's go straight to about there and then curve it to about there. Make it. Some sort of fence running along here. And then bump this out a bit. Okay, grab that. Grab this. Cool. So hopefully that keeps the noise down from the train. Haven't caught a stream in a while. This is my work still hell. Yeah. It's constantly like that right now. It's not somewhere I want to be, like, at all. So. But hey, I gotta pay bills, gotta pay rent. I live in like one of the most expensive cities in the US. So, yay. I think we'll do a few other apartments down here. This is kind of like the end of the road. I should probably actually connect it though. That's not the right street at all. I think I want one of these. There we go. Angle this down just to smooth that out a hair. There's not just one company that needs a payroll specialist. I mean, I don't have a degree in payroll. I am self-trained, and I work my way into that company. Like it's not really like it's tough. It would be hard for me to actually find another payroll specialist job. Because I don't have a degree. I mean, I have 6 years of relevant experience, but, you know, most places will be like, well, why don't you have a degree? Or any sort of certificate. I mean, I think it does. But when you work in federal contracting, HR dictates, you know, who they hire. And so I've worked in HR for a little bit as well, and you know, I know HR people, and if you don't have a degree, generally they don't even look at your resume. It's not the fact that the experience doesn't help, it's that they filter to people that only have degrees. It's not impossible though. Like I'm sure it you know, I could apply somewhere, but I doubt I'm gonna get paid as much as I do now. Let's give this some more breathing room on the side here. Don't want to accidentally nick a boxcar or anything. Yeah, the modded trains, like these longer ones that I have, and custom ones, they only recognize the train length up to about here. About halfway down or something, because they still only recognize the original vanilla length. And so ones that are longer, like this one's longer and custom, I'm sure they would start clipping through the back end. And then the really long ones like this massive boxcar and flatbed, like it, you know, a lot of this is just imagery. It's not really counting as a vehicle. So if you watch it, you can kind of see where some will stop for them, some won't. And then this really long one, this tanker train is yeah. It's a bit of an issue. I'm on the fence whether or not I want to actually uninstall some of the really long ones and just get some modded vanilla ones, just so they're the right length. But I really enjoy seeing the full length ones kind of roll its way through town, even though some vehicles do clip through it. I think it's just going to be the price that we pay to have a cool looking train. Okay, let's cut this down to there. Off the train tracks a bit. And then okay. Try and get some play with the tracks. I'm not gonna line the whole track just because that's a lot of tree and prop count to do so. And I wanna try and just do it in spots. Just realized how much this game sounds like a cheap first-person shooter. Yep, you know, just using a really poorly silenced weapon. Toom, toom, toom. Small little burst of fire going off in the background. I don't know what happened here, but this does not create any sort of straight line to this bridge. That's much better. In fact, let's raise that up. That's a little steep of an incline for a train. Okay. Not terrible. Yeah, this whole thing needs replaced. I need to probably think about building a proper power grid station, a proper trash disposal kind of area, incinerators. So that might be some of the industrial that kind of surrounds this area a little bit more. That would probably be good. I wonder if I can get... I wonder, did I download any custom power plants? I don't think I did. I mean, I have like some small ones here. How much does this produce? 16 megawatts compared to the 40 megawatts on a coal. I mean, really, I could just have a couple of those. And these produce 5, these produce 10. So I could get up to a coal level of production using like transformers and like a small power station thing. We'll have to think about doing something like that. Here, let's also, I need some more industrial. I feel like some of these didn't download correctly, because I did get a few new industrial props, but I don't think they loaded right. I mean, some of them did. Let's place some of these down, and then we will figure out what we're gonna do with them. I need some more proper plant-looking ones, though. Like, it's fine to have these little warehouses and stuff, but might be okay. And then we'll pop that one down. So let's see what those look like when they grow here. So how's everyone's week going? We're getting closer to the weekend, which is always good. Actually, while we're waiting for those to grow, let's do... I did also look at downloading a few office buildings, I think. Or maybe I didn't find any that I like. Let's see. There's a few. I mean, like, there's some cool little banks that I might want to get in here somewhere. Like a bank down here at the main street would be nice. Kind of like the end of the main street. And let's see if I have a spot for like a small community bank. I might. Might tear down one of these vanilla ones. Like replace this one with like a community bank. Could be cool. So let's do something like that. So we'll let that grow. Let's check back to our industry area. See what these things look like. So obviously this is some sort of brew house. This is a small glass works. Okay, small little shed here. This is, I don't think there's a sign on this one. Hey Legolas, how are you? Alright, let's go ahead and move some of these together because I want to kind of combine all three of these buildings and then use a couple other ones as something to almost piggyback off of it. Which could be cool. I wonder if I can do this. Nah. Let's get rid of this. You're doing good? Great. Bring this forward just a hair. And we'll create like a bit of a shed thing for it, which that is connected to this. That, and finally another warehouse type here at the end, which actually we could probably leave a bit of an alleyway going in between these buildings, kind of like that. Been watching me all the way to the first episode of Alpine? Oh, well. Long-term support. Okay, now this is going to be a little bit more interesting on how we're going to have to fit this in here. So there, and then if I can combine these in some fashion, kind of like that. And then over here, we'll do like a U shape. This is going to be like a yard. Bit of a warehouse attached to it. I may have to edit some of the props. These don't really match. These are Japanese buildings. I mean, they're cool looking, but they don't really match anything there. I think this one does, though. This one will come up around kind of like this. And I'm going to put a parking lot through here. So let's do that, and maybe can I just get this to hug the warehouse completely? That might be better looking. So let's select this. I'm gonna get rid of these containers. And it's really all I want to get rid of on that building. Let's find some parking spots for these folks. Which may end up just being kind of here at the end. I mean, I could line the whole interior here with parking spots, but for freight reasons, I'm hesitant to do that. So let's just do that here at the end. Kind of like so. And then like a couple here at the beginning. Kind of like there, and also here, but I'm gonna try and leave a decent amount of room for vehicles to like pull into these businesses as well. Let's change. Let's change this a bit so I can get rid of some of these shadows. So I would say something like that. Be okay. Get some concrete placed through here. Still waiting for that building to construct. Hey Jules, how are you? I'm gonna get rid of the industrial fencing on this structure. I don't think it looks very good. And then also the gate. Now, whenever I mess too much with prop it up in a row, I really run the risk of crashing my game. Really like the game, but you sadly don't have it. I mean, City Skylines usually is on sale a decent amount. Most days. You can generally find it for good. Eat some Chinese food. That's so fucking good. Nice. Chinese food, man. Dude. Let's grab one of these. There. I'm also gonna need one here, so I will have to get rid of this and this one. And maybe even that one. I'm French, your industries are beautiful. Thank you. trying to make it look a little bit more industrial over in this area. This is probably going to be like the main factory spot, and then not so much anywhere else. Everything else is probably just going to be warehouses. And I do need to put my power plant thing back here as well. It's just gonna go right here. You prefer Japanese food, but I rediscovered Chinese food. That's really good. Nice. Thanks, Paul, for subscribing. Have a good one, and hope you enjoy your time here. I wonder if I can get away with putting down a substation here. And then just delete this road. Okay. Now, where does this hook up? So it hooks up at the center there. Bit of an issue. So we'll have to come up with some sort of small road to kind of connect this real quick. So we're gonna go this way. And just wrap that around. Prop. Make this equal to that. Noodles, rolls, marinated pork beef. Nice. I'm a fan of Thai food myself and Japanese food more than Chinese. But, you know. Alright, so we got a little substation coming into this area. This I'm probably going to turn into a parking lot. Here, because I feel like we don't have enough parking. And really, I might end up just getting rid of these parking spots here and keep this just as a wide road, which is a bonus of the parking spots in my opinion. You can kind of make wide roads like this, which tend to look okay. For shipping purposes. Oh, this little warehouse is finally done. Really love the area with the small freight cars? Yeah. The small freight yard is something I'm pretty happy with. Usually, I don't think I do a very good job with trains. So, it's rare for me to kind of succeed on that. Okay, let's turn this all into dirt. Boop, boop, boop. All right, roads, parking. Let's grab a wide parking lot here. Just like a double. Something like that. Then we're going to start it pretty much as close as possible to that. That way we can kind of come out and around. I might have to just use a normal road for this. Huh. That looks weird. Let's do this instead. Let's create a straight edge for the road here. And then we will just connect the parking lot straight off of it. You should try building cities like that with all the mods where you can place every building where you want and creating stuff like that. That's what we're doing. Everything here is, well, most of it, I would say 90% of it at this point is hand placed. You know, custom schools, custom main streets. Even did so with some industry buildings, right, to make kind of custom farms that function. In fact, these areas are really our money makers. You know, sticking buildings together to try and make a custom kind of apartment complex. So we're getting there. I mean, I'm definitely not on the level of like Strictos or Prez or Flux Trans or $2.20 or really any of those guys, but you abandoned 2 hours after you started. Yeah, it's intimidating, to be honest. And that's why I think I started the series more towards vanilla than I did with custom placement, so that I could get a lot done. And if you go back to some of the beginning episodes of Wheaton, and you know, I did a lot of zoning to kind of get us started, and then I just went through and I started just replacing it all. Just be like, okay, well, I'll download some you know, main street kind of light commercial buildings like this set over here, I think, which is part of the Brooklyn set. I'm like, okay, well, I'll replace this block, and then I replace the block. I'm like, okay, well, we need some parking lots, so I downloaded some parking lots. And so for me, organically grabbing what you need might be a good way to get around that. Because if you do it all at once, you do get overwhelmed. And that's usually what I ran into a lot. Strictoaster does an incredible job. Yeah. That's an understatement. Though, I'll tell you guys now, I will be doing another live stream with Strictoaster, Approach Medium, and shoot, I'm gonna butcher his name, aren't I? Bisquickle Hassan? Yeah, I think that's how you're supposed to say it. I could be wrong. So yeah, we're gonna be doing a live stream of OpenTDD here in the next couple days. It'll be on Sunday, I think 1 p.m. Eastern time. So if you want to check that out, we'll be here. You'll try next week when you have time. Go for it. I'm sitting here trying to figure out why this street wasn't really forming, and it's because I replaced the texture. That explains a lot. In fact, we'll replace the texture of all of it. You have to download a whole lot of mods. I basically started with Strictoaster's mod pack and changed it from there. Okay. It's a bit better. Still not great of a solution. Okay. It's a fine workaround. I can probably make this work. Where's my parking spots? Should be around here somewhere. Is 8x2 big enough? It is. Very rarely can I actually get the 8x2s in here. See how low can I get away with this? I'm gonna do something like that. Then this down a bit, and then this down a bit more. I think we'll only be left with like a bump here, so. We'll have to see how well that works. Let's do a fence. Going to bed because I'm from Europe. Bye. I'll try to get more time to watch for you. All right, we'll have a good one. Look at this. I mean, we need your bow. This is to pull up the train. No, it does not. Ugh. Let's try and get some planters, maybe. Like, attempt to make this area look a little bit better. props. Grab these two, move it just like to here. Plaza? Let's do decal. Nah. I wonder if I can use a terrain smoothing here a little bit. Not really. Yeah, that's a bit better. Then I'm going to try and just lower this enough to where it's kind of like that. Same thing here. Now we need some fence to kind of seal off this area. In fact, I need to go to props, get rid of this industrial fence. Kind of like that. And this one too, probably. Get rid of the gate. Get rid of the fence. Ugh. Okay. Get some trees, bushes here, a little bit more fence. Actually, let's just concrete that out. May as well, same thing with here. Node up. And then down. Okay, that's a little bit better looking. Let's do all warehouse. See if we have anything interesting for back here. This is just another warehouse to hold goods. That's not really what I want. Oops. Meant to delete the trees. And we'll just make that the same height as that one. Should probably get a little alleyway to go back behind here. Okay. Alright, so at this point our right go is actually pretty low for industrial. So we'll be probably switching gears for a bit for more residential areas because we need that. And then we'll probably add more commercial and stuff. You just joined, what have you missed? We've been working on this little factory area, and yeah, basically just this factory area a lot, and then we rearranged some homes over here just to get them a little closer knit together. 10 p.m. here in Europe and tomorrow I have to work. Work sucks. I don't suggest it. Yeah, you have a good night too. What do you guys think so far? We have a lot of work to do in this area. Try and connect these two. I still need my other farm, which was gonna go roughly through here. More houses. Light commercial and homes. Maybe another farm up here. Better than anything you can make. I'm sure anyone. You can make this stuff. It just takes time. Lots of time and practice, and then, hey, there you go. Though I am thinking, like, Wheaton's cool and all, like over here, right? It's a very small town. Kind of American. I don't know really what I'm basing it off of. It would be cool to make something on this side too. Like a little bit more of a dense, urbanized area over here. And then Wheaton's kind of like it's suburb. So you can kind of look across, you can see Wheaton, its own little town, and then across the way, like a proper city, but make a national park. I do have some people that want me to make like foot trails up in the mountains up through here, which we'll probably end up doing. Alright, let's get some standard just roadways here. Okay. Something like that. It's kind of the edge of town. I don't know how I want this to work though. I always build too fast, too large. When I take my time, the results are so much more organic and pleasing to look at. It's very hard to resist the temptation to keep building instead of detailing. Yeah. Yeah. Well, then also if you build large very quickly too, what can happen is that you will make something too big to detail, and now you might get overwhelmed with how big of an area you have to detail. And so I think it's definitely better to detail as you go along through, and even if it's a small amount of detail. I'm not putting near as much detail that I could be putting. Like even this container yard, very basic. I don't have like a lot of the lines placed where they probably should be. I don't have a lot of details that are probably even accurate. But I think it's passable. And so getting just to the passable level so that you feel comfortable to kind of just leave it and then move on to this and get this to a passable level. And you just kind of keep repeating that over and over. Like even, you know, the high school, like I don't even have goalposts in the football field. My biggest skill is patience and planning. I don't know. I am actually a very impatient person. I want everything kind of handed to me like now, kind of deal. So. Not in this game. Huh. Let's convert this area here a bit. I have a feeling I just have a large trash problem, and I don't know really how to deal with it, to be honest. This is still probably all temporary. I'm just moving them away from town to a little bit of the area that will finally end up being, but we'll see. Use the very large no pollution recycling center from the workshop. Yeah, I mean, but like to me that's no different than really cheating though at the same time. Like if you have like one building that's like, oh, this thing produces 10 billion watts of power for free, you know. If you ain't cheating, you ain't winning. Oh well. What is? Let's make sure our power grid is actually still functioning a bit here. Okay, it's somewhat functional. In fact, I need to get rid of these lines. Used to have a whole railroad station over here. Now it's just kind of nothing. Gonna have to. Well, we could probably put some homes, like some countryside homes out here, like some farm homes. So at least we can do that now. So let's grab some here. Oh. Something like that's fine. That's fine. Something like that. And then this one. don't think this would be there. It's a little too close too. To some industrial stuff that I don't really think any homes have any business being near. So where's the line that's cheating and acceptable to use from the workshop? I would imagine that things that enhance the experience, like Move It, Traffic Manager, etc., are fine. Yeah, like those are fine. And I have nothing against cheating myself. Like if you're playing in Sandbox, it doesn't matter what you do, in my opinion. But I'm playing with some, you know, I have a budget and everything, and so if I were to use certain buildings, it would be way too easy to kind of deal with. So anything that makes other, like, certain things obsolete, right? So if I have, you know, like, how many windmills do I have up here, right? Like, if I have one power plant that's equivalent to all of these windmills plus all my other power generating structures, that's a little cheaty to me. But then again, I could download like a large asset, like a very large coal-fired power plant, and detail it out and make it look like it could service this whole area. You know, like maybe make it a big structure. So like I could come down here to like this peninsula and turn this all into like a power generation plant. Now that would make sense, but it's believable. I can't like play something this size and power my whole city kind of deal. I would have a problem with that a little bit. Something like that. Let's check our land value. That's pretty cool. I like how our industrial areas, like the farms and stuff, essentially there's a solid line kind of following where they are. And same thing up here. I didn't go to work is what I did, Silent. See, that's the trick. Don't go to work. Health, a little low. Education. We're okay on that. High school, we're okay. University, nothing. Pollution, things are pretty centralized to just certain areas. This will eventually go away. In fact, I think that's why my healthcare was so bad there, right? Because these people were living by just landfills. So that'll go away. And really, the farms, not very polluting at all. I mean, sure, we've polluted this pond all to hell, but that's okay. Fire. We only have 2 fire stations. Well, we have 3. Might need to think about adding one down here. Maybe. Rapid transport is something that I need to do still. Or redo in our case. So let's do that. What's this? You know what? I think I like this building a lot more than this one. Yeah, that's I think a little bit better of a building. How's the Poo Lagoon net overflown? It's actually increased a decent amount. Like, this lake used to be way smaller. It used to be, I think, a radius of about this. So I think it's gone up about 25%. You can see it's starting to flood our electrical lines, which used to be not underwater. So the Poo Lagoon is growing at a mighty pace, I would say. Also, how's it going, Paul? Install a berm. Yeah, the poo floods of 2020, I'm sure, will be a problem when things finally get to that. The Grand Poo Lagoon. We'll talk to the city magistrate about the Grand Poo Lagoon at some point, I'm sure. Look at all these people biking. Who are you people? What are you doing here? How did you get here? Where are you going? Going to work / school. Okay, I'm curious. You're unemployed. You're going home. You don't live here. What's the future plans for sewage treatment? Surely the Poo Lagoon needs to go away. Yeah. So I did download a few things. We just haven't used them yet. So, like, you know, a few actual water treatment facility plants, clarifier, basins, pumps, medium pumping stations. So I will probably be making some sort of stuff there. It's not going to be a giant one, because I don't think this town needs a giant one. If we were to, like how I kind of talked about a bit earlier, if I make a giant city, which I don't know where I'd put it, to be honest. I might not even put it close to here. I might put it more down here. And have this just be kind of on itself still. Then we will need a bigger one. But I think around here, we're fine. I mean, it looks somewhat like a satellite image. So as long as it's maintaining that, I'm okay. What was I doing again? I was doing something. I need to rework this road at some point too. I think this in general needs to come up here. And then we might just get the road to follow the plants a little bit closer. And buildings to go back through there. Who knows? I don't know. A lot of things to kind of reconsider and redesign as we go. The bikers unemployed. Yeah. It's gonna be a bit of an issue. Oh, right. I know what I was doing now. Bus route. Okay, so I need a bus route. So let's do, where do we want the main kind of share pickup point to be? I want to try and keep buses out of these double wides, and we'll kind of work along kind of a block behind everything. So let's go ahead. Bus route starts there, goes around. To say here. Then to here. Sure, we'll put a bus stop near the park. Here. Probably swing one here. To about there. So that's one big loop. Kind of get people around, and then new bus stop. Kind of want to get people down to here somehow. So bus stop there. Put a bus stop, you know, right in front of, no, here, here, there, there. One side of the school. We're gonna share this bus stop. And then we will let's go down to here. Here. Here and here. Okay, let's see how that goes. So these buses will go on their way. That's a problem. I think we're gonna have to look at that. See if that's just gonna create an issue of any kind. Alright, so budget-wise, I bet we're gonna be losing money on our bus routes. We're not losing a terrible amount of money, to be honest. We actually lose more money in freight train than anything else. Like if I were to actually just shut off our freight station, we'd be making more money. We'd actually be in the green. But right now we're kind of bouncing back and forth. How's our general traffic looking? It's not terrible. I mean, there's some, you know, crazy heavy intersections because of how close together these are with the park and everything. And the parking, like, this is a very just dense group of people going through here, so it's just kind of interesting. I don't know what's going on here. What is this? Get that paving out of here. Like, some of it looks okay, but like the moments where it kind of spills over the road, that's a little weird. It's actually kind of funny because I don't think we have a lot of the traffic signs in place still. Like, we kind of stopped placing a lot of our stop signs and things. Because with Traffic Manager, they don't by default have stop signs, which is just another thing I had to micromanage. Holy cow, all the seniors, look at all these senior citizens. They are on a parade. Our town is full of like an old people. Do I like SimCity? SimCity 2000, probably 3000. Yeah, but not the new ones. No, I think they're pretty garbage. They do move in herds. It definitely looks like it. That was pretty crazy to see. Oh, another thing you guys might not notice, or you might have, is I've gotten rid of all the crosswalks through town here. You know, I grew up in a town where there was only like maybe 3 or 4 crosswalks in the whole town, so it made sense to get rid of all of them. I sadly couldn't get rid of them on these industrial roads, which is kind of a shame. I would have liked to be able to do that, but the thing that I'm using to get rid of them elsewhere don't affect these for some reason. But, you know, getting rid of most of them kind of looks good. And then I went in and hand-placed some prop Warren versions across here. Just on the busier roads. That truck just ran over 4 pedestrians. That's fine. Holy cow. Where's the next bus? That's what I want to know. Let's check our budget. I wonder if I can increase the bus fare cost. I don't think I can. Okay, well. Go ahead and get some new residential buildings up here. By new, I mean like old style. Anything in here at the end? Wish I could just filter to just asset that I've downloaded. That looks good. So we'll do something like that. Let's speed up time. Need a mod to change bus ticket cost. Yeah, there's probably one. It's probably one of the advanced like transportation mods that I just didn't bother getting. We're gonna have to see how that looks, because really I'm not sold on these. These might be too large for our town here. I might just throw the whole look off if I put some really tall buildings here at the end. Because they might end up being the tallest buildings in the town. Come on, start the day, start the day. Again, I am using a mod that kind of simulates the workday, so my people do not build if my people don't build if it's like midnight and stuff, so it takes them a while to get things built so I can see what they look like and then make a judgment call. And this is another thing that I use, like I kind of have to use this mod because otherwise I might build too quickly and I don't fully really look at areas. Alright, let's see how tall these are. Oof. Pretty dang tall. And this is clipping through, not how I'd want it to. Hey Bombas, how are you? Yeah, that one's too tall. Let's change it to this one. Relatively close here. Bring this down. It's been a while, yeah. Been a little while. For you, I mean, we've been streaming every day. Not like all day every day, but you know. Much more frequently. Alright, so I'm going to try and get this in kind of like that. It's like a capstone on the end here. Don't like these. This I should probably just bring over to here. How to build a fence. Probably just use trees to cover that up. I think this is fine in terms of height. It's not terribly too tall or anything like that. I don't think I have really any high density commercial though. Oh, I have some, it looks like. Which might look decent along here. Ooh, let's do that and then turn this into a bit of a plaza space there. Okay, go back to like low commercial, throw this in here. Let's go back to high for a second. I'm gonna kind of capstone this off. Alright, let that go through. See if I can get the corners to line up. Make sure I have water. Yep. I would build a little Italy-style district. I mean, I guess possibly, but I don't really know what that really means either at the same time. Where's my Chinatown? This is a small town, guys. It's only 5,600 people right now. I doubt they're that diverse. Really, I need to add some more apartment buildings like these, because these really increase kind of your household count, I think, far more efficiently than some of these larger apartment buildings. Yeah, I have a really high demand for residential. How do I want to do that though? I'm alright, Charlie. How are you? I don't speak French though, so unless you can understand English, then communication barrier might be a little rough. And these are some nice apartments. Let's see if we can do anything with them at some point. Might be good too. Also, it might be good to kind of smooth out this hill a bit. Same thing with that one. Let's get a alleyway back through here. By alleyway, we'll probably just do a parking lot street because they're just great looking. So we'll just do something like this. Jasper, why you here, buddy? You're such a big cat. Good old Nat Cat. Yeah, something like that. Maybe bring down the center a hair, and this one will start from here and go like this, and then like a 90-degree turn. Nice. This bridge is looking cooler and cooler by the second. My FPS not so much though. And fill this in. Something like that. And then we'll fill this in as well. try and squeeze in another parking lot. Like that. How steep is this? It's pretty darn steep for a parking lot. So I might have to do a retaining wall here. I've just now started watching this series. Would you mind explaining me in 3 words as to how you're going over in the city? That's a little tough. Small town American, I guess, would be what I would use to describe it, even though I doubt that's even accurate. But it's probably the most accurate. Small, quaint American, yeah. Let's see if I can't find theme decal grass here. I think this is considered to be a surface. It is. Let's go ahead and find the node over here and just raise this up. Okay. Not bad. I'll have to use some grass to probably fill this in. Just a bit. If I can get this stuff out of the way, that would be ideal. Hello, Heavens Gamer, how are you? I'm just gonna build it off to the side here. The train hugging of this is not working out in my favor, I don't think. I think I might need to put planters. Don't know. Eating pizza before playing Star Maid? Nice. Ciao, Bombas. Ooh, we can use the planet coaster trick of using trees as shrubs. There we go. So let's try this instead. Tree. You would like to change your name? Any suggestions? I don't know. You can always just call yourself Bob. It's a nice strong name. Alright, now I can do some parking. Something to recognize that you're Italian? I mean, you know, you can always change it to Michelangelo, Donatello, Leonardo, and then just change your icon to a turtle. I think that'll work just fine. Actually, Raphael is a good one because Raphael was quite the partier. I mean, he died when he was young, but boy did he have a good time while doing it. Italian stallion, there you go. Single, ready to mingle. Oh boy. Let's go ahead and get some more residential in. Yeah, this is too tall. These buildings are just a little much. That's a nice looking one. Those don't really fit the style of the town. I think this is the really tall one that I deleted already. Let's see. What we got here? Might need to do commercial, to be honest. Could put an In-N-Out burger. Throw that there. Put a parking lot through there. How big is the map? About like that. Really, it's actually even bigger than this. I would have to buy more tiles to kind of show you how big it is, but this is a good inkling of how big it can get. If I go into free camera mode, you might be able to see a little bit more. About like that. I mean, I even got a dam across there. I didn't make this one, by the way. This is on the Steam Workshop. It's definitely plenty of room. Especially the view from the bridge looks good. I mean, I can't wait till I can get rid of these windmills. In fact, I'm going to try that now. I'm going to try and get rid of some of these windmills. I've been wanting to do that forever. These need to go. I really don't like the looks of them. 1 second, I'm getting text messages. From my girlfriend. I think she wants me to walk over and get her. Okay, well, everything just started collapsing by doing that. I don't know why I have some cottages that output power, but I do. A little weird. One moment, let me do that. And that should kind of fix some of this again. Definitely cut down on the general power line usage. Oh god, Poo Lagoon is like flooding itself. Too much of an influx of poo, just hit that thing all at once. Okay. Bit of an electrical shortage going on this side. I don't know why. Because if we take a look at our electricity usage, could you buy the tile the dam is on to get power? Possibly, but I'll have to run power lines all the way to here. Which I kind of just don't want to do. I mean, it's the power issue solved. Is it fixed? Did we do it? Yes. And I finally got rid of those ugly windmills. Thank goodness. Bridges with trains going on it in between buildings, best thing ever. Let me look at that. Okay. Well, we streamed for a couple hours. I would be streaming for longer, but it seems like I have things to do out and about. So I'm going to have to leave at this point. Kind of a shame, but oh well. It happens. We got a decent amount done in the 2 hours, though. So hopefully the next time we stream, I'll try and get these two areas fully connected. And these areas kind of more fleshed out and finalized. And then we can worry about, you know, the town edges here along the water. Worry about another farm. And in general, I think I want a logging camp back here. Some parks going up through the mountains would be cool. And then I don't know. So that's where I'm going to leave it. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. We'll be streaming again tomorrow. We'll probably stream something different tomorrow. I don't know what, but definitely it's something different than City Skylines. Sunday we'll be streaming some Open Transport Tycoon with Strict Toaster, be Squigglehausen. We'll be streaming with Approach Medium on that, so we get to see who makes the best transport company, even with some mods. So keep an eye out for that on 1 p.m. Eastern. And otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.